Hello, you lovely, wonderful people. Ouch. Bonked my mic. Anyway, sorry about that. So, this stream is going to take some explaining. I realize that. You can already see from the thumbnail I drew up what we're doing today. I'm still a gaming channel, obviously, yes. And I don't intend to ever become an art channel. But as you know, I like to draw my own avatar here. And I can't draw hands. I spent about 2 hours trying to just draw hands holding a controller. Because I was like, oh, it'd be nice to have like the controller in the profile picture. It'd be a little bit better. It would look nicer for the audience. It would look like she's actually gaming. 2 fucking hours passed. And I could only draw crab claws. They just look like crab claws. It was really frustrating. And I just wanted to keep practicing hands, but I was like, oh, I have a streak going right now for all the days I've been streaming. I don't want to break that streak, but I really want to keep practicing drawing. So I was like, you know what? Drawing stream today is weird, sure. But it's happening. This is what we're doing today. Also, we were supposed to be playing Rune Factory today. I just want to get that out there. Because I think it's kind of funny how off topic I got. So it was going to be Rune Factory, and I was like, oh, I can't wait to show off the new avatar. I accidentally minimized it when I was just trying to center stuff. But I was like, I can't wait to show off the new avatar with the hands holding a controller. And you know, as I've said several times already, I spent 2 hours trying to draw that. And it just got so bad. I was like, fuck it, we're drawing hands today. So I looked up a YouTube tutorial. Bane, hello. Good to see you. How are you today? And a ton of different images on Pinterest that we are going to be using for reference. And yeah, that's about it. I'm just going to be drawing hands. My end goal, because I'm not an artist, right? I will never consider myself an artist. I have no intention of becoming one. But I still like to draw my avatar. So the end goal is to eventually get into a flow where I'm drawing decent hands and then draw so many from so many different angles that I never have to draw them again. I will just fucking copy and paste the hands I've already drawn until the end of time once I am actually able to draw some. Let's do this. Maybe more like this. Let's get a fucking were you expecting an awkward art stream today, Bane? Something kind of like this? A little bit? Ish. Just bring that back here. I can never make my fingers wide enough. They're always like scrawny fingers. And then I make them too wide and they're like super fat fingers. I cannot draw hands. I have references in front of me. So an awkward thing that might set off some artists is that I don't usually have my references here in the canvas because I use Pinterest for most of my references. And so I'm looking at them on my phone. My phone is in one hand, the canvas on another. Yeah, let's fucking Let's pretend that doesn't exist. We'll just start somewhat normal. Why did I... Apparently I am drawing AI. I'm adding too many fingers. Okay, and then I'll sum like this. A little sum like this. Oh yeah, no, that's beautiful. We cracked the code on this one, boys. Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good. Alrighty. So we're not starting off well so far. I just want to kind of... Yeah, let's get kind of like the palm drawn first. That was like the first thing. Because once I have the palm, I'll be able to just add fingers to it, I'm hoping. Of course, it never goes that simply, does it? Just to reiterate for anyone joining in, this video is called I Can't Draw Hands, not I Can Draw Hands. So, before you tell me it sucks, I am aware. Okay. I feel like a lot of people kind of draw their wrists as well. That might help us a little. We kind of get some wrist action going. Then we gotta have, there's our... If I'm drawing this here, doesn't that mean the thumb should be here? I'm drawing this backwards. Thumb should be over here. Because that's where I drew this. Apparently, I just don't know how human hands work. I'm an alien, I guess. Beep boop. Yes, show us your human hands with the thumb joint by the pinky. Just as humans are. Something like that. Maybe sweep it down a little. Yeah, there we go. That's looking like something. That kind of looks like it could be something. All right. You know, we have to imagine this wood reach here, but then we want it like here. Right? So it's kind of limp, hanging off to the side, because we want different angles. We don't just want a straight on hand. Maybe like that. Is that something? No? I am so lost. I'm sure you can tell I'm entirely out of my element here. I do not draw. Elson Coco. If I was drawing Coco, I could do that in my sleep because I've drawn and redrawn her so many times. So the one I use as my avatar for Coco is the 5th drawing of her I made. The first 4 were somehow so much worse than the 5th, and the 5th isn't even good. And I've probably drawn in total about 20 now. And they all have one thing in common. I can't draw their fucking hands. Pretty much all of them have their hands hidden behind their back or in their shirt or in some way or another. Why does it look like I'm drawing the fucking Crypt Keeper? Tales from the Crypt Keeper. I kind of want some music on in the background, but I don't know if that would be okay. I don't want to get in trouble with Twitch. Because I know what music I'd want to put on. Because it is actually one of my favorite music YouTubers, and they say right in the thing that they're fine with you using their music for streaming. But I would obviously not be comfortable using it without crediting them. And I know on YouTube I can just put that in the description, whose music I'm playing. But I don't know how I would do that on Twitch. Okay, that's almost a hand. There we go. That's almost a hand. Almost. You know when if you guys have read the Elden Ring manga, when they have the grafting competition, and he finds the like messed up fucking mangled hand, and he's like, "What is this? Is this an octopus? It's some kind of weird octopus." That's why in the thumbnail here, I'll put it back up. It says weird octopus pointing out the hand. Because I just love that joke. And fucking, they're like, all right. And I think he actually wins because they're like, for his weird octopus, and it's just a fucking mangled hand. And that is what I think of every time I try to draw a hand. Because I can't. Like, let's try to draw a hand not at an angle, just fucking straight up to see if I can even do that. And then we'll start adding in the angles after. Here we are. Slightly curved in. It's a tutorial video, and if so one of my favorite art tutorial YouTubers is MikeyMegaMega. So if you want to learn how to actually draw, not terrible what I'm doing, would recommend. But also the hand tutorial specifically that I like of his is linked in the description on YouTube. Because I was like, if I'm going to be using his tutorial, I should make sure I give credit where credit's due, you know? So he does it kind of like this, right? So there are angles involved. My pen grip is awful. I'm doing the writing grip right now. Let's how did that just freeze? Okay, let's the triangle is way too tall. It's fine. We'll figure it out as we go, I guess. Something kind of like this, right? And that's the middle finger. Let's make this index right here. And then if that's the index finger, we need room for the palm. There we go. Then we can sort of just lower the opacity on that layer, start a new one. And from here, I might be able to draw a hand. Might. It's looking like I can't draw a hand, guys. It's not gonna happen for us. One day I might successfully draw a hand. Today is not that day. Something kind of like that. Let's just kind of get the thumb started here. Like, I really can't draw hands. This is embarrassing. Something kind of like that. Does that look like a thumb to you guys? And then you kind of connect it with that. And this goes all the way back around. A little palm line here. I definitely swept that palm in too narrowly. I mean, that's almost a hand. That is solidly almost a hand. Just do a little something like that. There we go. That is nearly a hand. I think I'm getting the hang of this. The problem is, right, so I'm really bad at drawing hands, obviously. But I'm not as bad off stream. This is a lot more anxiety inducing than I expected it to be, drawing in front of people. So my hands are just shaking like crazy and I cannot draw a straight line. Like here, I'll just hold the pen to the fucking thing and you guys can see. That is not me exaggerating. That is my resting hand right now. It is that shaky. So, yeah. I did not expect to be this nervous drawing on camera. I like how doing this, I'm realizing my hands also twitch randomly. Like we'll see them just kind of like fly off to the side. I seem to drift a little too. But yeah, that is how shaky my hands are when I just leave them in resting position. So that's making it a lot harder to draw than when I'm normally drawing off stream. Okay, we're gonna start again until we get this down. A little bit like that. I don't think that's high enough. Out there. A little bit like that. Okay. And we can just kind of draw on the guidelines for the fingies. The fuck you finger. I think I'm drawing the middle finger to middle. You know what I mean? Because then that leaves all of this room for the index. I might need to adjust a little bit. Right? That's not looking right at all. And then we have thumb muscle, fleshy part, other muscle. Alright, what if we just go focus mode? Imagine we're fighting the Godskin duo. Focus. Let me switch to a different reference. Okay. So what we're really doing here and we can lightly kind of we add like a little bit of a curve to it, I think. I think that'll help kind of sell a little bit of realism. But if I go too big on the curve, then I make fat cartoony fingers. Yeah, let's look at my own hand. I mean, yeah, that's a good bit taller than my pinky finger. It's a little awkward. So I'm kind of using the pinky finger for scale right now. And my middle finger is actually only a little bit taller than that. It's all kind of breaking down now. I also have fat fingertips, I'm realizing doing this, looking at my own hands. So my fingers kind of like, whoop, like that. And my middle finger kind of starts more like that. Now she travels a decent distance down before reaching the thumb to about there. Ah, almost knocked my mic over. Sorry. And then from here, yeah, we're getting a little better. We're seeing some improvement. Not a lot, but some. Right, there we go. Maybe I'm just not good at following instructions. That could also be the case. I think it does help to add some segments. To kind of be like, this is hand. Do you see hand? And a little bit like that. We're getting somewhere. Let's zoom in here. This is probably really boring for other people, but this is such a relaxing stream for me. Like that. Like that. A little bit like that. And then that's how we lift this a little. Add in the palm line. Now from here we can just to get better at drawing straight lines. I always have a bit of a curve to them. Sorry about that. Had a cough there. Oh, like this. And that. You can actually just see, looking at the little reticle there, how much is jiggling around when my hand is just chilling before it touches the canvas. Why do I get so nervous when I stream? I've been doing this for like what, over a year now? Almost 2. I still get super anxious every time. I kind of expected that feeling to have gone away by now. Like, it's getting progressively worse. Like, how much is shaking now? You don't think that being able to acknowledge my own fucking weakness here would make it go away? Like, I know I'm being irrational. I know I'm being silly. I feel like I'm drawing a foot right now. This is not a hand. Look at that, my hands are just getting more and more shaky. Something like that. That doesn't look like anything. We didn't dry hand this time. We have gotten worse. What if I draw over the same hand again? But just take my time and go slow and careful. So we're going to start this. Need to be 3 equal length segments. And that's another problem too, is I keep not lining up the segments properly, making some too long. Is that right? I feel like this one should be longer now. Yeah, making the bottom ones too long is the problem. Why can't I just draw hands? Remember, you know what? Equal length. Around there, I think, would work. Something a little bit like that. And the thumb is just 2 segments. It is kind of chody. I think I need better adjectives for when I'm streaming. I probably can't talk the way I normally talk, or I'm going to get in trouble. What if we... The palm needs to be roughly the length of the fingers. It's like, so all the way down to about here is where I want that. Then we can just sweep it in. A little bit like that. And that. Generally, when I draw Coco, whenever I try to practice drawing hands on her, I do like to give them little fingernails, right? So this is a palm, so the fingernails will kind of just be showing over the back. I need to lower the brush size. And the thumb nail would be a little angled. Like that. Kind of? Maybe? Does that look like a hand to you guys? I think I made the claws a little too long. I think it looks like a hand. Now let's try getting some angles in here. I think that's okay. Like we tossed some color and shading on there, and then just kind of like tucked it away to the side of our character. I think that could pass. Let's try to get trying to visualize the separate parts for the angle I want. Thinking more like this. So then that will kind of fold over. I don't want the palm like here if we can. And that will put, we're gonna do like little stick figure fingers to get the positioning right. Okay, and then I think because the position of the palm, right, it's folding over this way, we'd kind of have the next finger poking out here. And then they would kind of line up here. And then we could have the pinky like off doing its own thing. Maybe a little bit more here. Nudge over a bit. Or maybe this is the one that's off. Okay, let's try. And that would kind of put the. How would that put the range? I think it would be more like this, right? Because it'd be drawing back. So something a bit more like that. Alright. I accidentally drew that on the wrong layer. Hilarious. So now we can kind of take, say our hand is here. And then our finger goes off like this. And it sweeps back around. Why can't I just sweep it? Well, don't hire me as a janitor or an artist, I guess. All right. The thumb is going to be kind of more straight out here. So we got to kind of How does this not line up? Why can't I line things up? Seems a little bit like that. And we have our guideline here for the next finger. Hold up a moment. I think I'm getting sick. It will actually be the middle finger, so that one should be the longest, right? So maybe a little bit longer. And this one can kind of come down to match it. A little too short too. I gotta imagine that from here, they should be, even though they're in the background, so they're a little bit shorter looking, about this long. Let's make that one longer again. This one too. And then kind of have a little bridge to the pinky. It'll be off doing its own thing over here. Like so. You kind of have that. That. And you sort of like get what I'm going for, right? No? No, it's just another weird octopus. Okay. Weird octopus it is. I kind of wanted this one like facing away. So, like if the camera is looking at it like dead on. Like do. Right, kind of camera angle looking at it here. And we're seeing it from this angle, so it's a little backwards. No? Okay. Alright, I will concede. I failed there. Maybe if I add the fingernails, that'll make everything better. Do. There we go. We added the fingernails. Totally brings it together. Maybe not. And just to reiterate, that's why the stream is called I Can't Draw Hands. Not I Can. Like, hear me all right. We got a little pizzazz to it. You know? A little bit of this action here. Over here. You can see how, like, in an alternate universe, that might be the hand of someone who survived a horrific workplace accident. Right? uh, this was a bad idea for a stream. I'm just putting my ineptitude on full display for the world. Yeah, let's get some. Let's just like do the fucking lightning round, okay? We're gonna rapid fire some hand sketches. Do. A little bit like that. Do this one here. Very similar. Beginning. I want to do more like this. We're going fucking just wild mode now. I will figure out how to draw hands, and you can't stop me. I a little bit like that. Maybe. You take that layer, lower the opacity. To check OBS, make sure that it's actually capturing all that I'm doing here. Looks like it's working fine. You guys can see my terrible, terrible hands. Wonderful. Okay, so from here, we're going to take the knuckle as a baseline. 3 equal segments. 1, 2, 3. 3 maybe? A little bit more like that. One. Come on now. 1, 2, 3. And then we are actually going to hold it. No. That's why we have the guidelines, to know when I'm doing a stupid. There we go. That's not right. Something more like this, maybe? So this actually needs to be shooting off a little bit more that way. We're gonna head down here. The thumb, which should be situated about here. Kind of foreshortened in that direction. So we'll a little bit. No, not like that. Needs to stick off more, so. Way too wide. A little bit more like that. Bring it back in. Then you are just going to come down here. Back down. Let's have it slightly angled. And a little bit like that, you know? So it's like a finger pointing was kind of what we're going for. As much as I butchered it. And then over here, what do we have? The guy's trying to draw something like this. One, two, buckle my shoe. The angle on this one is quite awkward. I guess that's why I chose it. We could try to get a better angle. Or learn to do angles better, should say. A little bit like that. Pull this finger back. Like so. You keep accidentally nudging my mic. Sorry about that. I'm just leaning in so close. And then we have this one, which extends. I don't remember 3 equal lengths, right? 1, 2, 3. One, two, three. About there. Bring the thumb back in. A little bit more pizzazz. You know, it's kind of something. I feel like we've at least improved from the first hand we drew, which was nothing. Oh boy, why did I pick this one? This is gonna be fucking hard to draw. Okay, we're gonna start with the closest, which would be here. Here. Now I gotta angle it a little bit more. A little bit like that. Sorry about that. Yeah, this is where it gets problematic for me. This is why I kept saying crab claw earlier. Whenever I try to draw hands that are like wrapping around, they always just turn into crab claws. Hmm. There we go. No. Fuck, man, I can't draw this. You guys are seeing the limit of my abysmal artistic ability. Yeah, this doesn't look like anything at all, does it? Can you pretend that's a hand? Yeah, that's nothing. That is literally nothing. I drew a boulder. Definitely not a hand for sure. Let's retry that. Okay, maybe if I start with the inner angles, it'll help me out more. Something like that. There's supposed to be one more joint around here. And then from here, actually kind of tucks in. And up there. There we go. All right, I think we're kind of figuring it out step by step. Still doesn't look great, but that is the point in learning. Mhm. Maybe a little bit like that. Does that look like anything? A little better. Just a little. Sweep these down. Now we can try to improve the other hands as well. I don't even know how long I've been streaming today. Just over an hour. I actually usually practice for about like 4 to 6 hours a day. Which is why it is super shameful that I'm still so bad. I think I'm decent at drawing hair now. And bodies, but hands, man. They are the bane of my existence. Trying to draw in the fingernail. Mm, I think a little more like that. There we go. I think that's a decent fingernail, actually. I'm kind of happy with that. And I've almost never said that about my art before. I'm never satisfied with it. I'm so bad. I think I need to move that up a little bit. Finger's kind of fat, honestly, but we'll figure that out. I think I was going out this way too much, and I need to kind of come straight back down a bit more. And remember, 3 equal lengths, right? So that's 1, 2, 3. That's meant to kind of bring it all back together. Right? We can kind of have like the knuckle going over here. Then another finger coming up here. So we want to be like the length of one of these. So do. Right about there. Gotta remember the equal length rule. They keep fucking that up. Okay. A little bit of that. I think the thumb actually turned out pretty decent. We're just gonna not change too much of that one. And then no, that just looks weird. But I feel like I need some detail on the back of the hand, or it'll just look like nothing. And like we made it worse somehow. Moving on. Which one am I doing? It actually needs to be more like this. Okay. This one is always a pain in the ass. Getting the middle finger right. I might need to actually angle it a little bit. Like that. Still pretty wonky, honestly. Okay, up here now. I think the angle of that finger is wrong. Hmm, not quite long enough. That's what she said. There we go. Let back in. Okay. And the fingernails, just because I like to. There we go. Slay Queen. Alright. I don't think we did too terrible on these ones. We're definitely getting somewhere. I think I will, when I'm done the stream, I'll keep practicing. My hand should be a lot less shaky, so it'll be easier to draw confident lines. I'm actually pretty happy with how this one turned out. Here, I'll point that in. That is an eraser. This one. I think we actually did pretty good on that one. But they didn't add a good thumbnail. There we go. We color them in, see what they look like colored. Doot. Doot doo doo. Let's just doot. Actually, I think we'll kind of want to. Section it off like that. Got to cover up the thumbnail there. Oh, a little oopsie here. That is way too large of an eraser. There we go. Alrighty. Doot. Get a good look at the thumbnail. There we go. Now we just do the nail polish. As you can tell, since I do not consider myself an artist in any way, shape, or form, I am a large fan of the paint bucket tool. And also, the best way for me to make symmetry is copy and paste the different halves of whatever I'm drawing. Don't care if you don't like it, that's how I do it. Look at that, these actually kind of look like hands. Can you imagine that? Try to catch these hands, punk. Alrighty. I think this is going to be a short 2-hour stream today instead of the usual 4 hours. Should I do some sus hand references? Nah, we'll stick to normal for now. Did not mean to copy the color of the background. That was a misclick. Hmm. Maybe something like that. Yes, the sound effects are necessary when I'm trying to figure stuff out. It's a little squished because it's going to be scrunching the hand up. Hmm. Angle is a little awkward, but we can work with it. One. Kind of want like a good resting position, right? For when Coco has her hands at her side. So maybe one like on a side angle. A little bit like that. And that would bring the hands up. Equal length, that one. Equal. Do you not know what that word means? Uh, kind of break it down like that. I'm just looking for wherever there's blank space. Yeah, this hand is bugging me so much we could not draw that. It is still just a boulder. It's a meatball. Okay. What are we doing? What is the next good one? Oh, that one. I actually want to switch this more. Kind of like that. A little bit of that. And this is actually going to come back like this. No? Yeah, this looks like nothing. But because I drew the lines, I understand what they mean. To anyone else, that just looks like a jumbled mess. Okay, we'll start here because this one looks like the easiest, right? Just looking at her nails. So we'll begin on the thumb here. That. I'm angling it too much. It's got to be a little more subtle. That's where I'm going wrong with this one here. This is definitely a stream that you could fall asleep to. I think it is, at least. Like, it's boring, but at least it's pretty relaxing, right? Here's a little crooked, but I think we can fix that as we go along. I'm glad we are finally doing a relatively chill hand to draw. Why did my voice sound so robotic? I have lost all inflection. Nah, but I don't know why my voice just lost all inflection there. I think I'm falling asleep. I'm falling asleep to my own video. My own stream. Bubbles. Ah, no, I'm awake. She made sure I'm awake. She just stuck her claws in my leg. She's like, no, falling asleep. She's like, no, falling asleep. You gotta get me some churu. Where is it? There we go. Follow to support her crippling churu addiction. She actually hasn't had any since like Christmas. I normally give it to her as a Christmas present. I think that's okay. Now finger number 4. There we go. I think that one turned out okay. I think we've definitely regressed since the beginning of the stream. Some improvements made. I'm gonna start with the thumb again. Is that looking right? We actually wanted to go wide a bit here. We can get the curvature of the hand. Like that. A little bit more like that. There we go. Yes, Bubbles, you're very adorable. I will get you treats after the stream, okay? My cat. She is a sweetheart. And I will go here. I definitely think we have made some improvement from the start of the stream. We are learning. There's like a little bit of fingernail showing there, right? Makes sense. And we can bring this back. Bubbles. That actually starts a little too high. We should go lower. Finger's a little wonky. I hope we'll fix it eventually. All right, this that looks like nothing. Trust me, I understand it at least. I knew what I was going for. So we're gonna start with the fingers that are closest to us. So I think that would actually make the pinky the starting point. Equal length. That seems about equal, right? Is that equal? Let's adjust the angle. Oop. A little bit here. I also don't know the shortcut keys. Else in Control Z to undo. So, sorry about that. This one's definitely gonna be one we have to draw a couple times before we get it down. Never any good, I'm never any good. I know this because it's true. We're just gonna do like a rough sketch to kind of figure out what I'm doing here. And then, because these lines are admittedly hard to work with. Uh, Beautiful. Our magnum octopus. Okay. Ooh. Oh, why can't I just get this angle right? One, two, three. Now I would actually like to spread out a little bit here. Just a little. One. We don't do that here. 1, 2, 3. And the pinky should also be slightly separate. 1, 2, 3, 3, 3. I didn't do this one. Oops. That's a bad angle. Something like that. And then coming from the land down under. Women glow and men chunder. Could you hear the thunder? You better run, you better take cover. Do you draw in the land down under? I'm tired, guys. My brain has stopped working. Noah.exe has stopped responding. But I think We are getting somewhere. Now to redraw the hands one more time. There we go. Bubbles, did you just sneeze on my foot? Are you feeling okay, little bean? Trying to find the right line between chonky and skinny. Tale as old as time. Is that right? A little bit more like that. Gives us room to do that. Maybe. Maybe that. Maybe even a little further back. Like that. Hmm. Do. My cat is up to no good. I can't see her right now, and that's never a good sign. I think I still made the thumb a little too chonky, but we'll have to live with it. I want the nails to be pointy, but not too pointy, right? Like this is a little too pointy, but this isn't pointy enough. We have to give Coco a manicure. Now the nail doesn't line up. Let's just dupe. Thanks, Lovely Joe. I appreciate it. Let's see. A little bit more like that. Make the finger in there. Yeah, up here. I made these fingers a little fat. That's okay. We can fix that now. A little bit like that. See here, maybe if we do some of that. There we go. Still a little wonky, honestly. If we can just kind of use our lasso tool here. Wrangle it. Oop, that is the charcoal brush. I meant to use the turnip pen. I like the turnip pen. I feel like it gives good lines, see? It is good with line weight. If I'm barely touching it, it's very thin. When I press harder, like the turnip pen. I guess I never said what I use. I use Clip Studio Paint for all my drawing. And I went back to charcoal because I'm an idiot. That's what happens when I double press the button to go to pen. If I single press it, it'll go right back to my turnip pen. But if I double press it, it goes to charcoal. Hmm. Ouch, Bubbles. Ouchies. Yeah, that was my leg you just put your claws in. Don't look at me like you did nothing wrong, young lady. Hmm. Bubbles, are you destroying stuff again? She is very much in need of attention. Bubbles, stop. Stop knocking stuff over. I'm so sorry if you can hear her. Alrighty. I kind of feel like the palm line would be right through here. I don't really want to draw through all my fingers just to add it. I guess that's not too bad. I can just erase. Something a little bit like that. Should be fine. Oh, I never connected these fingers, did I? There we go. Nor did I delete. Oh, the eraser was too big. The fingertips. Alright, time for another coloring session. I hate this. I hate this one so much. It just sits there mocking me. Hate. Alright, back to business. Beep. Doot, 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 doot. Beep. Beep. Doot, doot, doot. Doot, doom, doom, doo doo, boop, boo, boo, doo. Boo, boop, doo. Doot, 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 doo doo. There we go. Did I put one in here? Do you think the palm would extend? Yeah, I think the palm would extend that far. Kinda. Maybe just like a little... like that, maybe? What do you guys think? Probably? Probably, right? The pinky nail is still pretty wonky, but we did our best. Hmm. Alrighty. Those are the, we're gonna pretend this one doesn't exist. Those are the hands we drew. We can include the early ones that were somehow even worse. Oh, that is a thumbnail for the YouTube video. Yep. Magnificent. So yeah, I think we made some improvement as we went on our journey here. Except... hold up. Hold up. Except for this one, we did not make improvement there. We were going to pretend that doesn't exist. But otherwise, I think we're getting the hang of drawing hands. I'm going to continue my practice off stream because I am feeling extremely embarrassed right now. And my hands are shaking too much to continue drawing, if I can be honest. It was so hard doing the last bit there. So thank you all for watching. Sorry this was a weird stream today. Don't worry, we will be back to gaming tomorrow. Have a fantastic day, and please make good choices. See you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.